Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Share, subscribe, like this video. Make sure you put your prayer request in the bottom. Yeah, I finally got power back. So thank you all for your prayers. Uh, Definitely needed them. It's been pretty hot today, especially in here, but it's definitely not feeling well still yet. It's my sinuses. I know. I worked out there in that smoke for 2 days and I have not been the same ever since. I have just been sick to my stomach and everything else, so just definitely keep me in your prayers. This came out something I saw earlier when the power came on. It was called, it's on Hal Turner. It says, Russia's Medvedev, there will be a nuclear winter. Statements by Dmitry Medvedev, the deputy chairman of the Russian Security Council, made during an interview yesterday or today. Below are the statements made by the deputy chairman of Russian Federation Council, Dmitry. He was the prime minister before Putin. It says, pay close attention. The course of the AFU counter-offensive proved unexpected for cave Western sponsors who believed in omnipotence of unlimited dough. The defeat of the AFU in the direction was a foregone conclusion. European businessmen that have left Russia are biting their elbows, eliminating their lost revenues. It had permanently lost the Russian market. Goods have been replaced by others. Production growth in Russia is much higher than in Europe, and inflation at the end of the year will be lower than in the Eurozone. Russia was forced to conduct special military operations to protect the sovereignty of millions of people. The Kiev regime would be scrapped and banned as fascist. The situation in Ukraine is not a regional conflict, but a total confrontation between the collective West and the rest of the world. The confrontation between the West and the rest of the world could last for decades. The current confrontation between the West and the rest of the world has brought the world to the brink of a third world war. In the event of a third world war, there will be no winners. There will be nuclear winter, epidemics, and famine on Earth. The outcome of the total confrontation between Russia and the West should be enshrined in a new document like the Helsinki Act. So that's what he was quoting today. He was just basically saying that it will be a nuclear winter, and it ends up being, because like I said, we've already seen the outcome of it. So it's just something to keep your eyes on, which we all know what's coming. That's why I tell you the rapture is imminent. We all know what's going to happen in Ukraine. There's no good outcome out of it. There just isn't. The Lord gave too many people prophecies, dreams, and everything else about years before it ever happened. The Lord's been warning for a long time that this was going to come to pass, and it is finally coming to pass. It's starting, which I think it's almost right at the point where it's going to escalate, and then the rapture happens. We've known for a while, even back in October, that the rapture starts there. That's where it all begins, is right there in Ukraine. That's what's going to set off the rapture. We know it for a fact. We've seen it. And that's why I told you to watch what's happening, especially tomorrow and the 5th, because there's a lot of chatter about it, about literally that nuclear power plant being blown up or something. They always tell you what they're going to do before they do it. They've been doing it since 2020. If you pay attention to it, but most people don't, they're too busy worried about what my car's going to look like next week and everything else, and well, I need to go on vacation. They have, their minds are just, and these are the people that's going to be literally lost when this stuff happens. They're not going to see it coming. They'll be like, what in the world's happening? And it's going to be too late for them. Because they just keep their heads in the sand. They don't want to see. Now, the incident in Washington, D.C. last night, which was crazy. Hazmat incident at the White House updated. They said it was cocaine. There's an ongoing hazmat incident at the White House in Washington, D.C. The U.S. Secret Service, along with emergency personnel, are investigating the situation. The Secret Service has condone off a significant area. They cordoned off a significant area around the White House, and a full hazmat response has been requested to the scene. They show a lot of pictures here, so this is on Hal Turner. The D.C. fire hazmat crews find cocaine hydrochloride near the White House. Hazmat crews were spotted inside the gate of the West Wing of the White House after they received reports of suspicious substance being found. D.C. hazmat crews tested the suspicious substance and reportedly tested positive for cocaine hydrochloride. So what that was doing at the White House, the Lord only knows. Just interesting with all the stuff that's happening in France right now, that all this stuff's starting to happen. There was 3 bombings in Washington, D.C. So there is definitely a lot of stuff going on there in Washington, D.C. And we kind of predicted that would probably happen, and it's probably going to get worse. Because literally, what's happening in France, I don't think is coincidence. I mean, they're saying it's one thing, but I really think it's another. I don't even think it's rioters at all, in my opinion. I do not believe it is. I believe it will escalate into something else eventually, just like it's going to do here. Because it's now literally moved its way into, let's see, I think it is Switzerland and somebody else that now the riots are started there. And they're saying almost half the cars that's there in these areas are on fire. I mean, France looks like it did back in World War II there in Paris. It's like nothing I've ever seen. I mean, it's bad. So there's a lot of that going on. Let's see what else is in the stories. There was a lot of big earthquakes in the last couple of days too, right off the floor or the California coast. So there's a lot of that stuff. And there was one that was really interesting. There was one that happened it was a 3.8 off the California coast, but it was 11:11 from the shore. I thought that was pretty interesting. That it was literally, God telling us something there, that something's getting ready to happen there. But this did happen in California 2 days ago. There was an earthquake off into the ocean, but it was 3.8 or 3.5. And it was 11:11 miles from the shore. I thought that was interesting because God sometimes gives you markers to let you know. Now, there's a lot of stuff happening in Israel. They have went into the West Bank and started going from place to place. I've always said, watch Israel, because Jacob's trouble is coming. Now, they've went into the West Bank. A lot of the world don't want them going into the West Bank, including the United States. They don't want them there. A lot of stuff happening in Jordan on the other side. Somehow American weapons getting into the Palestinians' hands in Jordan and making their way into the West Bank. That's happening. That's been happening for a while. But they're thinking this is going to lead to a major war with the West Bank and Iran. And that's what this is leading to. So you've got that. You've got the China and Taiwan situation that right now, in the last couple of weeks, the media is quiet, not telling you anything that's going on over there. But there's literally warships of China surrounding the islands to where they can't get in and out of the island. That's been going on now for about a week and a half. And literally, Ukraine, Russia, and all this deal up there in Europe is at a boiling point also with this nuclear power plant. Because eventually, somebody's going to do something to it because they're talking about it too much. And Ukraine, if it wasn't propaganda video, it definitely should win an award for one. With them going out and teaching people beside the road, they're choreographing it. What's going to happen? They're pretty much telling you that thing's going to blow up one way or another. Now, they're saying Russia has evacuated the power plant. There's nobody there. So, and they're thinking within the next couple of days, somebody's going to do something to it, because that's what they're telling us. The media's telling you, they're telling you exactly what's going to happen in the future, because they're going to do it. One way or another. But what they don't tell you, they're telling you it's going to hurt NATO, but it's going to hurt Russia more than it is NATO. You blow that place up, all that radiation is going to go into Russia, which will cause World War III. Because that is a threat to the Russian citizens. And that will bring a nuclear response. But see, the world, they think that it's just hearsay. It's never going to happen. It's going to take the first nuclear weapon to fly, and watch everybody panic, because we've been telling you forever it's coming. But these people won't let, oh, nobody's going to let it. It's coming. It will be fast. It will be quick. You won't see it happen. You'll just be out shopping at the grocery store when it does happen. It's that quick. And people won't see it coming. That's why I tell you to be ready for the rapture at any moment. Because all the situations, see into the future. There's been people actually prophesied that these events that's happened in the West Bank is a sign of the rapture also. There's been some people that we haven't actually talked about here that has prophesied that they would go into the West Bank. Well, that's already happened. And they said that triggers the rapture. That it's the beginning of it. Now, there's a lot of people talking about these events. A lot of people are seeing these events before they happen. The Lord's talking. A lot of people will tell you he don't talk, but let me tell you something. People are dreaming and they're having visions, just like it said in the last days that it would. And that's where we are right now. All these things coming to pass before our eyes. You know, I'm just sitting here like Noah, just telling you the flood's coming. Get on the boat. And that's what we're doing here. So make sure that you get your families in order, because you're running out of time. Literally, we're running out of time. Could this be the last week we're here? It's very possible. With the way things are going with nuclear weapons will end everything quickly. That's why the rapture will happen right before the nuclear weapons start to fall. And that's just something that makes you realize how quick this is. And those who say that the rapture is not biblical, they're going to find out very soon that it is when they're sitting in here in a mushroom cloud. Because it does happen. Too many have seen it. The Lord's been warning us now. He told me almost 8 months ago, and I've been warning people for 8 months, that this event is coming. I have told people, I have begged and pleaded for them to wake up. All these events that are happening around the world lead up to this. Because once that nuclear war happens, we're gone. That's when they get their 7 years of peace. Because the Antichrist is going to tell everybody, listen, we've killed billions of people. We need to give up the nuclear weapons, give them to me. We'll put these things away. There won't be another nuclear war. Everybody will get on board to try to save the planet and save what's left of society. And that's where your mark of the beast will come in. Because they have already determined that they're going to make sure that nobody on this earth can buy or sell without their digital dollar. The mark of the beast system is already in place and ready to go. They're just ready to roll it out at any time. I don't think we're going to be here when they roll it out. It's supposed to roll out this month, believe it or not. This new system, they're going to put it through the trials. But once they do that, you won't be able to sell lemonade beside the road anymore. No cash, no change, all that's gone. They can control everything they do. They can track you no matter what you do. Anything you buy, they can tell you what to buy, how much gas you can have. Don't you see what's happening? Just like the Bible warned us. See, when this digital dollar rolls out, you're like, well, you spent $25 in gas this week. That's too much gas. That's hurting the environment. You can only spend $5 a week on gas. But how am I going to get to work? That's not our problem. That's what's going to happen to the rest of these people that are left here. They will control when you eat, when you sleep, when you do anything. And you've got to take the mark of the beast before you can have any water, any groceries, pay your bills, anything. No doctor's appointments, no medicine. All you have to take the mark of the beast. You have to worship the beast. It's not as simple as like everybody thought that the shots was the mark of the beast. Definitely they've never read their Bible. Ever. The mark of the beast, you have to have a choice to take the mark of the beast. You just don't get it. I mean, that's just dumb. That's how ignorant people are when it comes to the Bible. You have to have a choice. They're going to say, okay, Here's the mark of the beast. They're not going to sneak it in a needle or anything like that. They're going to tell you, you got to serve Lucifer. You got to worship the beast. They'll give you an option. You have to choose. It's not as simple as them just giving it to you. That's not biblical. It's not scripture. That's why I said people don't know their Bible. That's the reason the Christians and the church is in such bad shape. They have no clue what they're talking about. Everything's the Antichrist. Everything's the mark of the beast. If they just read their Bible, they would know how it works, but they won't do it. They expect me and everybody else to babysit them and teach them. So they're so lazy they won't open their Bible and learn it themselves. That's why we're in the place we're in. Because they've depended on everybody else to teach them and not open it themselves. Well, I can't learn. I don't know this. I don't know how to do that. They make every excuse. It was like, well, you need to add more scriptures. No, read the Bible yourself. Quit being lazy. I tell everybody, read the Bible yourself. Quit having people teach you things. Learn it yourself. Quit being lazy. That's why the church is gone. That's why it's fallen away. That's why the great apostasy has happened. But it's like, well, the rapture is not biblical. Well, yeah, it is, because Jesus and Paul taught it. So you're calling Jesus a liar. But these ignorant people have no clue that they're even saying that, because they've never opened the Bible to find out themselves. They won't even ask God, is there a rapture? Is there not a rapture? He told me there was. He told me he was coming to get us all. On October the 24th, when he woke me up, the Holy Spirit said, he's coming to get us all. He didn't say he's coming and leaving us here. He's coming to get us. The rapture is very real. It's very biblical, taught by Jesus and Paul himself and many others. Actually, you can find the rapture all the way back in the Old Testament. It's all there. But see, people don't know it. They don't want to learn it. And then they go out and try to teach that it's not real. And when they do that, they become a curse. Then they will not be raptured. Every time you get on here and in the comments and you tell people, oh, well, there's no rapture. Well, then you're preaching a false gospel and you are a curse. That's why it's very important to watch what you say. You better know that Bible. Let me tell you something. You will be judged for that. Because one day he's going to put that out there. He's going to say, okay, here's the Bible. You didn't know it, but you're still out here mumbling it. You don't want to be one of those people. You better know what you're talking about before you get on here in the comments and start opening your mouth, because you're going to be judged for it. I've told everybody, you better be careful. That's why I wouldn't get on here and teach the rapture unless I was shown it and actually studied it. I wouldn't be on here telling you about a rapture. Would not. I do not believe in putting words in the Bible that are not there. That's very dangerous, and you will be put in a lake of fire for it if you don't turn yourself around and repent from it. But these people, they don't know the Bible, and they're still out here quoting and telling people stuff out of the Bible that isn't there. And they think that there's no consequences of that. There is a major if they only knew the consequences of what they're doing, they wouldn't be even opening their mouths. That's a scary thing. If you're out here telling people the stuff's in that Bible that's not there, you're not going to be raptured. You're going to be stuck here in hell is what you're going to be done. So be careful. Read the Bible yourself, and don't get in comments and start telling people stuff that's not there. And these people they're doing it, and they don't even realize it because they're so ignorant. When it comes to this stuff, they don't realize the consequences of it. They think, well, I'm right. That's called pride. And that's going to get you in trouble also. What did God say about pride? The fall comes after pride. And all these people, that's all they are, is pride. They know it all, and they don't know nothing. That's what's sad. I never realized how bad we was when it came to the knowledge of the Bible as when I started this channel. I would almost say 85% of Christians have no clue what's in the Bible whatsoever. Most of them quote stuff they go here, here, and here, and they try to add it all together because that's what they was taught. And they was taught because they wouldn't read it themselves and learn it for themselves. Be careful what you preach. If you don't know it, don't comment on it. That's what I do. If I don't understand it, I'll go in and learn it and try to figure out what the answer is. But I'm not going to quote anything until I know the answer, because I do not add or subtract, because you're accursed if you do. So be very careful. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to give you some education with that, because there is consequences to it. And a lot of Christians are going to get they're in a lot of trouble and they don't even realize it. They think they're just going to get away with it because they think they're right, but they're not. There is a rapture. It does happen. It happens right before. The tribulation is not for the church. It is for the Jews and for the non-believers. We are not subject to it. Like Noah and his family, Lot and his family, it's the same thing. If the rapture wasn't real, Enoch wouldn't have been raptured. He was the first one to be raptured. Rapture is very real. It's happened before, and it's going to happen again, just on a massive scale. And many people, many thousands of people, all the way down to 4-year-olds have seen it. I mean, I could even give you even an estimate of, if it wasn't, he wouldn't be telling everybody, especially little kids. He's not going to do that. And no, it's not the devil. The devil does not want nobody to believe in the rapture. He wants everybody stuck here in this hell. That's what he wants, so he can destroy you. So it's not him. So don't even try that, Jack. That's just stupid. Because he's not going to tell you. He wants. That's why who do you think's preaching? Has these people preaching there's no rapture? It's Lucifer, and people are actually preaching his gospel, because that's what it is. It's his gospel. They want you stuck here. They want you out here preaching there's no rapture, because then you're held reliable for it. So be careful and don't do it. Okay? Make sure you ask Jesus to lead you in the Bible where the rapture is. That if it's real, that's what you do. If you have a question, go to the Bible, go to the Word. He will give you the answer. He has me. So he will you also. Go to the Word. Trust in Jesus. Quit trusting in man. Man will send you to hell faster than you can see straight. You trust Jesus and Jesus alone. The blood of Jesus, people. But if you ever have a question, go to Jesus. Ask him. Don't listen to these crazy people out here that don't work for God. They work for Lucifer. And they portray themselves as Christians. They're not. Their job is to send you to hell. And a lot of them come as angels of light, just like the devil. And they're going to teach you bad things. And they want you to go to hell. And they're going to be your best friend, but they're going to try to send you to hell. Be very careful. Trust only in Jesus. That's it. Don't listen to these people. Okay? If I didn't love you, I wouldn't tell you that. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody. I just don't want to see anybody left here or nobody going to the lake of fire. I want each and every one of you to start trusting Jesus more. That's what I'm trying to teach you. Trust him, not man. Jesus will never lead you wrong. He's not a God of confusion. He will teach you correctly, okay? Like I said, I'm not trying to be mean to anybody that believes in other ways. I'm just trying to tell you the right way and the right way to get the right information. Trust me, if God didn't lead me to the rapture, I wouldn't be on here talking to you about it. I would not, because I know the consequences of that, and it's not good. I love each and every one of you. We'll be back on later. Hopefully I'll keep my power on. Pray for each other. Pray for the world. Pray for all the ones the lost souls that reject the Holy Spirit. Pray for all of our brothers and sisters, especially in Ukraine and Russia right now. If that nuclear power plant, and I do believe it will be blown up one way or another. They're talking about it way too much. And God gave us, I think a week ago, deception, deceiving, all that stuff he was telling us to be aware of in the coming weeks. And here we are. Don't trust what you're hearing or you're seeing. They're up to something. So definitely keep those families in your prayers. And also keep the families of France, those people there. A lot of stuff that's going on there in France and Switzerland. A lot of people losing all their property and stuff like that. Always keep them in your prayers. Keep the politicians Even though they've got reprobate minds, keep them in your prayers. Keep everybody in your prayers. Try to get as many people on the ark as possible. That's what's important in these last days, because we're running out of time. Love each and every one of you. And I'll see you here from you again. I'll see you in heaven.